You may have married my son, but you will never find peace in this house. I don't want you here.
What have I done to deserve this, Mama? Today is supposed to be the happiest day of my life.
Everyone in the village had the same words for her. 3 marriages, the problem must be you. No one knew the truth. No one knew what she had endured. Amina was 23 when she met Khalid. Young, hopeful, full of ideas about what love was supposed to look like. She had grown up watching her parents. Not a perfect marriage, but a steady one, a loyal one. And so she believed, the way young women believe, that love was something you built together, something that grew. Khalid seemed like the man she had imagined. He was calm where she was passionate, quiet where she was expressive. He looked at her like she was the most interesting person in the room. And in those early days, that was enough. Their wedding was simple. Their home was small. But she decorated every corner of it with her heart. She told her friends, "This is it. This is forever." And for a while, it felt like it could be. It started small, the way bad things always do. The first time Khalid asked to see her phone, she didn't think much of it.
Who were you talking to?
Just my friend Zara. She was telling me about her new job.
Show me the messages.
She laughed. She handed it over without hesitation. He's just curious, she told herself. Maybe he's had trust issues before. It's not a big deal. She was understanding. She was patient. But the second time he asked, she noticed something different in his eyes. It wasn't curiosity. It was suspicion. Slowly, so slowly she almost didn't notice, the questions multiplied.
Why are you always on your phone? Who's calling you at this hour? Why do you need to go out with your friends? What are you hiding?
Amina tried to explain. She tried to reassure him.
I'm not hiding anything. I've never given you a reason not to trust me.
I just want to know where you are. Is that so wrong? I'm your husband.
And there it was. That word. Husband. Used not as a title of partnership, but as a license for ownership. She began to notice when she was allowed to speak and when she wasn't. Which friends were acceptable and which ones made him angry. Which clothes were appropriate and which ones started arguments. She started editing herself, shrinking her voice, her laughter, her life, to fit into the space he allowed. And the worst part? She told herself it was love. One evening, Amina came home later than expected. She had stayed at work to finish a project. Her boss had asked, and she had said yes, the way she always had before she was married. Khalid was sitting in the dark when she walked in.
Where were you?
I told you. I texted you. Work ran late. My boss needed.
Don't lie to me.
The conversation went in circles for 2 hours. By the end, he had made one thing clear. She was to have no male colleagues, no late nights, no social media accounts, no version of a life that existed without his full visibility and control.
Delete your accounts. I won't say it again.
Amina sat there, in the bedroom they shared, in the home she had decorated, in the marriage she had chosen, and felt completely trapped. That night she didn't cry. She was too tired to cry. She just thought, this is not what I signed up for. She didn't leave immediately. That's what people don't understand. She tried counseling. She tried conversations. She tried changing herself, dressing differently, staying quieter, asking less, needing less. She spent an entire year trying to save a marriage that only one of them was fighting for. And then, on a quiet Tuesday morning, not during a fight, Not in a dramatic moment. She picked up her phone, called her mother, and said,
I'm coming home.
Her mother asked what happened.
I stopped being able to breathe.
She left. And just like that, the world had an opinion. Why can't she just manage? Every marriage has problems. She gave up too quickly. Nobody asked what managing cost her. Nobody asked what giving up actually meant. After the divorce, Amina moved back into her family home. On the surface, everything looked fine. But underneath, the weight of what people said was crushing. At family gatherings, aunties avoided her eyes, cousins whispered. At work, someone asked, Are you really divorced already? But you've only been married a year. The word divorced followed her like a shadow, always there, always cold. And society had its prescription ready. Try again, don't waste time. A woman your age needs to be settled. She wasn't even 25. Danish was everything Khalid was not. Loud, funny, and magnetic. He walked into a room and owned it immediately. He made Amina laugh for the first time in months. Really laugh. The kind that starts in your stomach and fills your whole chest. She liked that about him. She needed that. But there were signs. There always are in hindsight. Her mother noticed the way he talked about himself. Always the hero, never accountable. Her friend Zara pulled her aside once.
Amina, I've heard things about Danish. He drinks and he doesn't know how to be faithful.
People change and people talk. I'm not going to judge him on gossip.
Zara nodded, but she didn't look convinced. Amina married Danish 6 months later. She wanted peace. She wanted a second chance. What she got was a masterclass in disappointment. The first year wasn't terrible. That was the confusing part. Danish was charming when he was present, warm when he was sober, funny when things were good, but he was absent more often than he was there. Late nights turned into all-night disappearances. Friends became, I don't owe you explanations. Apologies came, but they were followed by the same behavior again and again. Like a broken record, she kept hoping would start playing a different song.
Where were you last night?
With the guys. You worrying too much, babe. Relax.
You didn't come home. I was up until 4 a.m.
I'm home now, aren't I? Can we not do this?
And somehow, it always ended with her apologizing, for asking, for needing, for caring too much. It was a Friday evening when Amina saw them. She had gone to the mall to pick up something after work. Simple errand. She wasn't looking for anything, but there he was. Danish, her husband, with a woman she didn't recognize, not as a friend, not as a colleague. The way he touched her shoulder, the way she leaned into him, Amina knew immediately. She stood there for a moment. Time went strange, slow and fast at the same time. Then she turned around and walked back to her car. She didn't confront him in public. She drove home, sat in the driveway, and stared at the steering wheel for 20 minutes.
I saw you today. At the mall.
It's not what you think.
Don't.
Just that one word, don't. Because she was so tired of explanations that explained nothing, and was even more surprised to see him with a different cloth. When she left Danish, the response was louder this time. 2 marriages, 2 failures. In the eyes of the world, the math was simple. She is difficult. She doesn't know how to keep a man. Maybe she expects too much. One auntie sat her down with the kind of confidence that only comes from someone who has never lived Amina's life and said,
My dear, men will be men. You have to learn how to manage them. Turn a blind eye sometimes. What do you lose?
What do you lose? Amina looked at the woman, kind in her own way but completely lost to her, and thought, yourself. You lose yourself. But she smiled politely, thanked her for the advice, and went home. And she cried the moment she closed the door, not because of Danish, but because of how deeply alone she felt in a world full of people who claimed to care about her. Amina used that time. She went back to school, finished a professional course she had put on hold during her marriages, got a promotion at work, rebuilt friendships she had let drift. She grew quieter, not sad, but more internal, more careful, more herself. She stopped rushing, stopped listening to the noise. And then she met Ferris. He was introduced through a mutual friend. No drama, no grand gestures. Just two people sitting in a room, talking, and finding that the conversation never really wanted to end. He was respectful in a way that felt effortless, patient in a way that felt real. He listened, not to respond, but to understand. When he found out she had been married twice before, he didn't flinch.
Everyone has a past. I care about who you are now.
She wanted to believe him. She did believe him, and so, with a heart that had been broken before but still somehow believed in love, she said yes.
I love you, Amina. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
Ferris was everything he had promised to be. That was the painful irony. He was kind. He was fair. He respected her space and her ambitions. He never raised his voice. He never tracked her movements. But there was something Ferris could not or would not control. His family. From the day she moved in, his mother made it quietly clear that Amina was not what she had wanted for her son.
So, you're the one he chose.
Not a welcome, a verdict. The sister-in-law was sharper, more direct.
We've heard about your previous marriages. 2, right? Ferris deserves better, but here we are.
Amina smiled, said nothing, but inside something cracked. The insults were never loud, never dramatic. They were the quiet kind, the kind that are easy to deny and impossible to forget. A comment about her cooking, a comparison to Faris's ex, an eyebrow raised when she spoke, an invitation to a family gathering that somehow always went to everyone except her. Small cuts, daily, and Ferris, kind, fair, gentle Ferris, could not bring himself to stop it.
Your mother said something today that really hurt me.
What did she say now?
She told your sister that I trapped you, that you married me out of pity. A long silence.
You know she doesn't mean it that way. She's old, she has a sharp tongue, just ignore it.
I have been ignoring it. For 18 months. Faris, I'm not asking you to go to war with your family. I'm asking you to tell them that what they're doing is wrong.
He looked at her with tired eyes and said,
Can we just, not tonight, please?
And that was the answer. Not tonight. It was never tonight. He was not a bad man. He was just a man who could not choose his wife over his comfort. And that, in its own quiet way, was a betrayal. There is a specific kind of loneliness that comes from being in a marriage where love exists, but safety doesn't. Amina loved Faris. She genuinely did. But she couldn't build a home on love alone when everything around the love was designed to make her feel small. She started losing weight. Not deliberately. She just stopped remembering to eat. She stopped calling her friends because she didn't know how to explain what was wrong. How do you explain that your husband is wonderful but your life is miserable? How do you explain a pain that doesn't have a single clear source? She started having headaches every morning. Her doctor asked if she was under stress. She laughed. The doctor did not find it funny. She did not plan it. One morning she woke up before the sun, the way she always did when something was heavy, and she just sat with herself, quietly, honestly. She asked herself, if nothing changes, If this is what tomorrow looks like, and the day after, and the year after, can I live here? The answer that came was soft, sad, but clear. No. She packed a small bag, not everything, just enough. Ferris found her in the hallway.
Where are you going?
I've been fighting battles in this house that I didn't start, and that you won't finish. I can't do it anymore.
Amina, please, just stay. We can fix this.
I've been staying. Staying doesn't fix it when the other side doesn't believe anything is broken.
She walked out, not in anger, not in drama, in exhaustion, and quietly in peace. 3 marriages, 3 completely different men, 3 completely different stories, same ending. And society said the same thing it always said. She is the problem. But this time, Amina didn't argue with it. She sat with herself, really sat with herself, maybe for the first time in a decade. And she asked the honest questions. What did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? And the answers she found were not the ones the world expected. She had loved too quickly. She had ignored the signs because she wanted the dream more than she faced the reality. She had shrunk herself trying to be chosen. She had confused endurance with strength. Those were her lessons, not her failures. A failure is when you stop learning. A lesson is when pain finally teaches you something real. And so Amina stopped asking, why can't I be chosen? And started asking, why have I been so afraid of choosing myself? She went back to her career with a ferocity she hadn't known she had. She started building a business she had talked about for years but never started, a savings plan, a creative project, a life that didn't require anyone's permission. It was not easy. There were nights she wondered if she had made a mistake, if maybe she had given up on Ferris too soon, if maybe the auntie was right and she had expected too much. But then morning would come, and for the first time in years, she would wake up and feel no dread, no tightness in her chest, no headache, no performance to put on, just her, just a new day. And that feeling, that simple, quiet peace, was worth more than anything she had given up to find it. Today, Amina is 31 years old. She runs her own business. She laughs easily. She sleeps well. She still believes in love, not because she is naive, but because she is wise enough now to know the difference between love and loss, between a partner and a prison. When people ask about her past, she doesn't flinch. She simply smiles. Not the polite smile she used to wear like armor, but a real one, an honest one. Because she knows something now that she didn't know at 23. Leaving is not the same as failing. Staying silent is not the same as being strong. And choosing yourself, after years of choosing everything and everyone else, is not selfishness. It is survival. Not every woman who walks away from a marriage gave up. Some of them held on far longer than anyone will ever know. Some of them tried every door before they found the exit. Some of them are not the story of 3 failed marriages. They are the story of one woman who refused to disappear.
Have you ever been judged for something that wasn't your fault? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Thank you.